panel that actually assesses your application is a jury of your peers, right? So the more active you are in your community, the better the chances are that someone is going to fight for you when your application comes across. And you may have communicated something in a way that is not necessarily making sense to the other jurors. But if you have someone on that panel who's just like, no, like, I know Dubious, I'm familiar with his work. He's got a podcast. He does a radio show. This guy's a community builder. We should fund this project. That will go a long way, right? But if you are someone who is never communicates, never interacts with your community, and people come across an application just like, well, it sounds good, but we don't necessarily understand the idea, you won't have someone being an advocate for you in that session. And it could be anybody. And the thing about it too is that, like, it's not a matter of whether the person knows you and is your best friend or anything like that, because obviously there's conflicts of interest that have to be factored into it. But it's a matter of that person being aware of who you are within the community. And the generation that we come from, it was very much about going to shows and meeting people, so on and so forth. And in the day and age that we're in right now, people can create communities online, but creating a community within your city is extremely important. And this is where I've been on juries before, where we're provided links, we're provided all this stuff here. And if I want to go down the rabbit hole because I really like your stuff, then make me a fan, right? And what I mean by that is that, like, every artist has to find a way to make sure that they are finding a way to shape the narrative in the way that they want to do that, right? So whether it's how you're telling your story through Instagram, right, through your posts, whether it's a matter of how you're telling your story through a playlist that you may have on your Spotify page that's like, hey, I have this thing called Quick Picks or something like that for Arlo. I used to call it Allow Me to Introduce, right? But it's like, if I want people to, if they're coming to my page and trying to get a better understanding of who I am as it relates to music, I curate something that allows me to control the narrative and helps them get to understand who I am. Even on my YouTube page, I have my interviews, so on and so forth. So the point that I'm trying to make is that the work that we do isn't just on the application, it's also all the orbits that surround that application as it relates to us. So whether it's our shows, whether it's us just showing up and being part of the community that we're part of, or provide kind of handling all the media that we have to make sure that make sure people want to actually get behind this.